Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about all things BareMinerals. I'm going to share a full face of makeup using only BareMinerals products. I'm also going to share my best and worst out of all the products that I've tried. I've tried 17 of their products, so I have a pretty good grasp on my thoughts on all of the products that I have tried so far. So if you're interested in that, keep watching, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. I do want to say before I start that I'm going to link everything that I mentioned down below in the bottom bar in case you're looking for it. There are a lot of products, so I just wanted to combine everything in one place for you guys, so everything will be down in the bottom bar. I already put my moisturizer on. I use my GinZing moisturizer from Origins, and now I'm going to go in with primer, which I'm going to use the BareMinerals Good Hydrations Primer. I have had this for quite a while now. This is a really good primer. I love this in the winter time because my skin just needs a little bit of extra love in the winter, but I have normal, sometimes oily skin, so I generally don't use that many hydrating primers. So let's go in with foundation. This is the barePro foundation. I think this was their first liquid foundation, and I have it in the shade Warm Neutral 12. So I actually kind of like rediscovered this recently, and I really love it. It's very, very liquidy, and I have it in my hair. All right, to set my face, I'm going to go in with the bareSkin Perfecting Veil, and I have this in the shade medium, I believe. Yes, I have it in medium, so it comes with this nice mirror, the product, and then underneath it does have a sponge. I'm gonna take that with my Real Techniques powder brush and just set my entire face. Next, I'm gonna go in with the barePro Contour Kit. This has a shade blend and pop shades, and then I also have it in the tan to dark formula. There's also, I think, a medium to light. So I'm going to take the shade blend, which is this middle shade, and just kind of put that where I would normally contour. Next, I'm going to go into the Invisible Bronze. This is in the shade medium, and I'm going to take my EcoTools powder brush and just kind of warm up my face with this. And then I'm going to take my Gen Nude blush in the shade Pink Me Up. This is a really pretty pink shade. I'm taking my Morphe E4, and I'm just going to blend that on the apples of my cheeks and then blend it back. Now I'm going to go in with my Invisible Glow. This is also in the shade medium, and I'm taking my Luxie 522, and I'm just going to put this on the high points of my cheekbones. I don't have a setting spray from BareMinerals. I don't know if they make one or not, but I'm just going to use my Milani Make It Last and then blend out my face makeup. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know I don't usually fill in my brows, but I do have, this is the Brow Master Brow Gel in the shade Universal Taupe. So I'm going to take this brush that I have from them, which has a little angled brush on one side and a spoolie on the other, and I'm just going to fill in my brows the tiniest bit. Okay, so I will just brush through those really quick. And then moving on to eyes, I have the Gen Nude Neutral Eyeshadow Palette. And this one has 6 shades in it. They're all really, really pretty shades. So, and then it has this nice big mirror. I personally wish that this palette was formulated this way so that the mirror would pop up this way. I don't know why. I just find it easier to do my makeup in a mirror that's horizontal as opposed to vertical, and I feel like I wouldn't hold it like this. Like, I would want to hold the palette with the mirror up. It's so stupid and like such a small detail, but that's just me. So I'm going to get the creases out of my eyelids from the foundation, and then I'm going to set them with this Mystic shade right here. Then I'm going to go into Sandstone, and I'm gonna fluff this into my crease. Next, I'm going to pick up Native with a smaller brush, and I'm just going to start blending that into my outer V and a little bit into my crease. And then with that same brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Indie, and I'm going to concentrate that even more just into the outer corner and just kind of deepen that up. For my lid shade, I'm going to go in with Tribe, and I'm just going to place that all over my lid. Then I'm going to go right back in with that dark chocolatey brown just to deepen up the outer V again. For liner, I'm going to go in with the Lasting Line Longwear Liner. This is an absolute black, and they don't have a liquid liner, so this is kind of what I am going to use. Okay, with my smudge brush, I'm going to go back into that dark shade called Indie and then just blend this out on my lower lash line. For mascara, I'm going to go in with the Lashtopia mascara. As I wait for my first coat of mascara to dry, I'm going to go into my Gen Nude Radiant Lipstick in the shade Heaven and just apply this. And then I'm also going to go back into my Invisible Glow with a small fluffy brush and just put this into my inner corners. Okay, I'm going in with a second coat of this Lashtopia mascara. All right, so this is my finished makeup look. I really love the way that it turned out. I think it's really, really pretty. And yeah, I have some products from BareMinerals that I actually did not use today. And then there's also a couple products that one product in particular that I completely got rid of. So I'm just gonna go through one by one and kind of share my favorites and least favorite products from everything that I've tried from BareMinerals so far. So first up is the Good Hydrations Primer. I really like this primer. I think it's great, especially if you have dry skin. This is one of my go-tos in the winter. I used it a ton last winter, and I'm sure I will use it again this winter. The barePro foundation, I really like this. I feel like you can build it up and cover everything without looking cakey. It builds really nicely. It has pretty good coverage. I wish I had a shade that matched me a little bit better, but either way, this is just a really good kind of like everyday foundation. I feel like it gives a natural finish, which if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I like my skin to look like skin in real life, because I feel like a lot of times, like, natural, or not natural, but like matte finishes look great on camera, but then in person it doesn't look good. And I personally would rather look good in person than I would on camera because I don't live on camera. So this is a really good everyday foundation. The bareSkin Perfecting Veil. This is a nice powder. I wouldn't say it's like my absolute favorite powder I've ever tried, but I do really like it. It actually is semi-similar to the Benefit Hello Flawless, but the Hello Flawless has a little bit more coverage than this one does. This is more of like a setting finishing powder. I do like it. I don't think that it emphasizes dry patches or anything like that, but I feel like it does kind of like add a layer of makeupness to your face. So this isn't my absolute favorite powder, but I definitely will still use it. Moving on to the contour kit. I said I have this one in the tan to dark, which I actually haven't used the light to medium one, so maybe those shades would work better for me. But in this one, the middle shade is the only one that I use. I never really use the highlight shades in contour palettes, but the deep shade in here, the #1 shade, is too cool toned for me, and I've tried it before and it makes me look dead. So the only color in here I would use is the middle one. So depending on your skin tone, and again, maybe the light to medium one would work better for me. Normally that is what I would purchase. So depending on if the shades work for you, I like the formula of them, but these particular shades didn't work for me, and I wouldn't want to buy an entire palette for one shade. That just doesn't financially make sense. The Invisible Bronze is gorgeous. I feel like this blends out so seamlessly and it looks so like nice and natural and diffused. I love this. I have mine in the shade medium, and I'm so excited to have this in my collection. I think it's stunning. The Gen Nude blush in Pink Me Up. I had the hardest time trying to pick which blush shade I wanted to try because I don't normally like pink shades, and this is literally called Pink Me Up. I was between this and I think it was called Peach Bellini, which looked gorgeous, but I was just worried it would be a little bit too orange on my skin. So I do really like this. The formula is gorgeous. It lasted all day on me. I think this is absolutely beautiful, and I would recommend picking one of these up. The Gen Nude line in general, I love. Like, there's not a lot of products from the Gen Nude line that I've tried that I don't like, and this is no different. The Invisible Glow, I also picked up in the shade medium, and I'm a little undecided about this. It looks pinky in the pan, and I swatched the medium and the light, and the light was way too icy for my skin tone, but this medium, I don't know, I feel like this one looks a little too pink on me. I don't know if you'll even really be able to see it on my skin there. Not really. But I do think it's pretty. It doesn't give you a ton of glow. Like, I don't have that like beaming highlight, but I do think that it's a nice glow. I think that I would probably get a different shade if I went and purchased this again. I have another highlight from them, which I didn't use today. This is a powder highlight in the shade Clear Radiance, and it has just a little sifter. And I think when I purchased this, I didn't know this was one of the first highlights I ever purchased, and I just didn't know what color highlight I would like. So this one is again very pinky, which you can see that in the swatch. That's just not something that I would typically wear. So although I do like the formula and the packaging is nice, I just don't get my use out of this. So I actually feel like I need to declutter this and pass it on to somebody who would use it, because yeah, this is just too pink for my skin tone. Next is the brow gel. I did like this. I feel like I'm not the authority to talk about brow products because it's just one of those things I don't use a lot. So I did like this, and I've used it quite a few times. It's not something I use on a daily basis, but I do really like it. I just don't feel like I can tell you guys if it's better than other products on the market because I just haven't used enough products to give you guys a full opinion. This eyeshadow palette is gorgeous. I think it's really pretty. I feel like these shades are shades that I would wear on a daily basis. Like, I can create an everyday look, but also kind of build it up to be a little bit more smoky than an everyday look. I like that it has 2 shimmer shades, so you can use this. You can have 2 lid shades, and then it has the darker shades, so you can build up your outer V and add a little bit more drama, and then it does still have a nice shade to set down your lids, and then also a nice transition shade. So this is kind of like a good small everyday palette in my opinion. It has kind of everything that I would want or need. I wouldn't say that I like it more than other palettes that I have. I believe this was $29. I always talk about this Maneater palette from Tarte. And this one has a mirror, and then this one has 9 shades. And honestly, I feel like the shades are, like some of them are semi-similar. So like this is similar to the one on the top left of the BareMinerals. The center shade in this one is like this top right one. I just feel like there's some similarities in here, and the Tarte one is 30 and this BareMinerals one is 29. Let's see if it says how much product you get. So in this palette, it's 6.6 grams, and in this palette, it's 9 grams. So you do get more product and more shades in this one than you do in this one. So I personally would choose the Maneater palette over the BareMinerals one. And I do like that the Maneater one has a black shade as well, because you can use that as a liner. So I personally would move in a different direction, but I do like this palette. I think it turned out beautifully. The shadows blended gorgeously, and I don't have anything bad to say about this palette. I just personally think that there's other things on the market that are probably better for the same price. I also have this eyeshadow palette. This is the Ready Eyeshadow 8.0. And this palette has a pretty big mirror as well, and then it has a little brush that I've never used, and then it has 8 shades in here, and these are pretty nice neutral shades as well. I don't find that I dip into this palette a lot. I don't know what it is, but I just don't ever use it. So this palette is like an palette to me. I would not pay the price. I think this is even more expensive. This is like $42, I think, or maybe $48. But I mean, it has 8 shadows in it, but still they're small. So the weight is, you get 7 grams in here. So you still get more product in the Tarte one. And I feel like the shades in the Tarte one just fit my personal style more than the shades in this one. And then for the eyeliner, this is the Lasting Line Absolute Black Liner. This I just feel like it's okay. It's not my favorite by any sense of the imagination. I really like the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils more. These glide on, like it says in the name. They just glide on so effortlessly, and they're so pigmented. And this one I feel like I'm tugging on my eyelid a little bit more, and then as soon as I curled my lashes, some of the liner comes off. So I just feel like it fades more and it's not as pigmented. So I would go in a different direction as far as liners. So for mascara, first I want to talk about their Lash Domination mascara. I hated that mascara. It would like leave black all over. It was always transferring. I could not get it to stay on my lashes for the life of me. No matter how much I set, powder I put down, anything I did, I just could not get it to last. So I decluttered that one. I used it, I tried so many times, and finally I was like, I cannot leave the house with this on my lashes because I'm going to look like a crazy person in an hour. So that one I do not recommend. This one is a little bit better. This is the Lashtopia. I feel like this gave my lashes like a really nice fluffy look. It's not that dramatic. It says it's volumizing, and I do think it is. I don't think it's very lengthening or separating. It's a whatever mascara. I would continue to use it, but it's not going to replace any of my Holy Grail mascaras. But I do think it's decent. I will say I ended up picking it up in this set. So they normally retail for $19, and right now they have a holiday set that it's 2 for $19. So I think that's a good deal. Like I would pick this up again because I essentially paid $9.50 for one of them, and I think that's a good deal. But I don't think that I would pay full price for this mascara. Okay, moving on to lip products. I used the Nude Radiant Lipstick today. This is a really nice formula. I think that the color is gorgeous. They have tons of pretty shades in their Nude collection. This is not a drying formula. It's not a long wearing formula. It's like a typical lipstick that is just gonna give you a nice comfortable wear. You're going to have to reapply it, but I think it's gorgeous. It fades naturally so you don't look crazy at any point. I really like this one. I'm gonna swatch all of these on my hand and then I'll show you a close-up. Then I have the liquid lipstick in the shade Flawless. I think this is super pretty too. This is a really nice fall shade, and their Liquid lipsticks are surprisingly comfortable considering they dry down matte, but I think the shade is really pretty for fall. I just mentioned this, which is the gloss in the shade Sugar. I mentioned this in my products that I had kind of forgotten about and forgotten that I loved. This is a gorgeous gloss. And then I also have the liquid lipstick in the shade Boss. So to recap, this is the Radiant Lipstick in Heaven. This is the liquid lipstick in Flawless. This is the gloss in Sugar. And this is the liquid lipstick in Boss. As far as lip products go, I love so many of their lip products. I use them all the time, so I highly recommend checking out some of them. The gloss is so amazing. I'm gonna put a little bit on. I feel like it kind of matches the lipstick that I have on, so it didn't change the color. But I like that it's a little bit more pigmented than a lot of the glosses I have, but it's not so pigmented that you're worried about it sliding all over your face. I think it's really pretty, it's smooth, it's not sticky, it's just a great gloss. So yeah, those are my best and worst of BareMinerals. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite product from BareMinerals is. Do you love the brand? Do you hate the brand? What do you love? What do you hate? Tell me all the things down below in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.